Hi guys, this is Jay Kaushal, writer, motivational speaker and life coach. And guess where we are right now? It's 10 p.m. in Jaipur and we're shooting here on the fort wall that I showed you from Amer Fort in the previous video. That is Amer Fort over there. You can see that red light. That red light is where that flag was that I showed you. The flag that represents the royalty here in Jaipur. And we've had to wait 3 hours to get this perfect shot of the Amer Fort illuminated in yellow at night. Look at the contrast, look at the beauty. And to give you a little bit of an idea about the Amer Fort, this entire area, as I told you before, was called Tila, and it was controlled by the Meenas actually. They had a king named Alan Singh, and he actually made this fort, this area, a long time ago. Then afterwards, Man Singh I, he was the one who actually made this fort, along the lines that you see it today. And then came in the early 18th century, Jai Singh, who was also the person who made the Amer Fort over there. He was the person who actually developed this fort, and he was the person who shifted the capital to Jaipur. And this is a beautiful place, and this is a beautiful setting. And if you want to get an idea about where we've come from, I want to show you that doorway. That is where we've come from. It's literally night, and we're the only people here right now actually shooting on this wall. And the night sky is beautiful. The city as it looks from here is beautiful. And I want to shed some light about the 3 basic fundamentals of life coaching, my methods that I'm going to be using to teach you about life, to teach you about motivation. And you're going to also have to ignore these flies. They're being attracted to the light. If some of them are, just ignore them. So basically, as I told you, life coaching is about 3 basic principles, the way I do it, right? The first is journaling. You need to be able to journal your life. The second is support group. I'll give you an example for that as well. And the third is meditation. And I told you what meditation is about. Now, you see, journaling has 3 aspects. The first aspect of journaling is that the frequency doesn't matter. What matters is the content. A lot of people, they want to journal. A lot of people, they want to write, but they keep off journaling because they say, we're not able to do it on a regular basis. What's the point of doing it on a regular basis? See, that doesn't matter. The important events in your life, they do not happen regularly. They happen from time to time. If you have a space where you're regularly noting down your thoughts, where you're regularly noting down the important things that happen in your life, it doesn't matter how often you do that or not. What matters is, are the important points, are the important events recorded? That is what matters. Now, the second aspect to journaling is that you need to be very understanding of the fact that your journal needs to be very special. Look, even if you want to record on a recorder, right? I would suggest that you record on a recorder that is special to you. Maybe gifted by your best friend, gifted by your dad, or you picked it out for some reason because it had a Led Zeppelin print on it or something like that. That it needs to be special. And the third thing is you need to keep it private. The reason I tell you to keep your journal private is because unless you keep your journal private, you cannot readily express yourself the way you want to. Because you'll always have this fear that somebody might read it. Somebody might get insights about these things in my head that I don't like sharing, that I don't like talking about. And that is why your journal needs to be private. So these 3 things, right? Number 1, your journal needs to be special. 1, 2, 3 doesn't matter. These 3 principles basically. It needs to be special. Frequency doesn't matter. The content does. Keep it private. If you can actually get a locker to keep your journal in, I would highly suggest you do that. Because that will give you the confidence that whatever I'm noting down here, whatever I'm expressing here, it's private. It's not going to be read. I'm not going to be judged for these things. That is only when you'll be able to understand your thoughts. That is only when you'll be able to understand how your mind works. Journaling is for you. And I'm going to cover a lot more about journaling in the 10-part series that I'm going to do for each of these principles. Now, coming to the support group. So support group is the most important aspect that I teach in life coaching. You cannot do everything on your own. As good a speaker as I am, as determined as I am, I need Ron here to direct me. I need somebody here to be able to trust, right? You see, it's actually a dead drop from right here. It's actually a dead drop from right this wall. But if he tells me that I can take this shot from here, I'm confident because I'm only looking at the camera, right? That's what a support group does. A support group, you need to build a support group because you need people that you need to be able to trust. And how a support group works is, it's not a one-way process. It's always a two-way process. You help them with areas of their life that they're weak in, and they help you with areas of your life that you're not so good at. And one more thing that is very important about support groups is, I remember that saying, none of us is as strong as all of us. Okay? So there are three fundamentals again about a support group. Number one, you need a support group, you need a group of people who can grow with you. Because if they cannot grow with you, they're going to just hold you back. Number two, you need a group of people who have the same values and the same vision as you. Unless they have the same vision as you, they're obviously going to dismiss. They're obviously going to dismiss the big plans that you might have about something as stupid. And the third, and possibly the most important point that you need for a support group is that it should be mutual. If you have a support system where it's only a one-way process, where you're only taking advice, where you're only taking their help and not giving anything in return, or other way around, where you're only helping them and not getting any help in return, that's not a support group. You see, support groups are only, one of the flashes went out, sorry. Support groups are only logical. Support groups are only practical when there is a symbiotic relationship between you and the support group. That is the only way that it will work. And then we come to meditation. Are there three fundamentals for meditation? There is actually no fundamental to meditation. The only fundamental to meditation is for you to realize that all of this great, all of these grandiose plans that we have about life, they don't matter. At the end of the day, we are just on the third planet from the sun, an average-sized star at one end of the galaxy, in space, hurtling away from all of the other bodies in our galaxy. We don't matter, you know. I want you to look at this wide expanse of the stars, of the sky. Even if you can't see the stars, it doesn't matter. You need to be able to see, you need to be able to look at this wide expanse and understand. The people who made this fort, the great kings, the great rajas, the great maharajas, the people who created this fort, yes, they will always be remembered for what they created. They can live forever. Nobody can. At the end of the day, meditation is what keeps you grounded. Meditation is what reinforces the concept in your head that you can do whatever you want to do, but the truth remains that there is a power higher than us. There is a cause higher than us, right? There is a network higher than us, and we need to be able to elevate ourselves to that level where we can understand the bigger plan, the bigger energy, the greater cause. And unless we can bring ourselves to do that, unless we can bring ourselves to understand, you know, how this process works, it's all a waste. It's useless. Too intense for you? Yeah, it's going to become really intense. It's going to become really, really intense with the content, with the setting, and with everything. But I want you to keep watching all of our videos. Don't forget, subscribe, share, comment. We are super excited to know how you thought about this location, how you think about our videos. And we're going to keep posting these videos. We spent a lot of time in shooting them. And we're going to try and do as many locations as possible. We're going to try and do bonus videos as well if we have enough requests. And don't forget to poll on the polls that we do regularly on our Facebook page @Coach Kaushal. That is where we take the polls about the content that you want to, you know, watch what you thought about our episodes, what you think about the live videos and the videos that we post just for Facebook, just for Instagram. And I want to leave you with some sort of wisdom to end this video. I'm only going to do 3 of these videos to cover the basics, and then we're going to go into the series of each of the principles. But what I want to tell you here is that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you were able to do or not able to do. The only thing that matters is how were you able to do what you did? How good were you at what you did? How dedicated were you at what you put your heart to? And if your heart's not in it, stop doing it. On that note, this is Jay Kaushal, signing off. Bye-bye.